Some big moves happening over at Twitter to tell you about. Elon Musk teasing the idea of releasing internal discussions surrounding the censorship of Hunter Biden's laptop story ahead of the 2020 election. Musk saying it's necessary to, quote, restore public trust. He will also restore suspended Twitter accounts after his followers voted to bring them back. We also know what's next for Twitter Blue, including gold check marks for companies, gray for government, blue for everybody else. Joining the conversation all morning long, John Lonsky and Christian Whiten. Christian, on this, the thing about uncovering and releasing why Twitter censored that Hunter Biden story, it wasn't that it was knee-jerk. I kind of get that, but they censored it and then continued to censor it, and the Twitter account was locked for 2 weeks. They had time to figure out that there was there.
Right. This wasn't a story that emerged from some dark corner of the dark web. This came from the New York Post. There was clear material evidence to accompany the reporting. There were photos, and of course you can fake a photo, but Hunter Biden and President Biden have never denied the existence of the laptop or any of the photos. So this was a very credible story that Twitter decided to censor anyone, including myself. I still had the Twitter account at the time. I later deleted my account when I retweeted one of the photos of Hunter Biden doing something interesting that, caused my account to be locked. And the question is, was this just progressives saying, hey, we need to stop this story because this could be damaging to then Vice President Biden, former Vice President Biden, as the candidate, and also what role it was played as far as saying that this might be Russian disinformation, if anyone from the FBI or the deep state was basically involved in that.
Right, and we were talking about that earlier, that there were dozens of former intelligence officials saying that that Hunter Biden story was Russian disinformation. And John Lonsky, this is a rhetorical question, but have any of those former intelligence officials paid any kind of price at all for spreading that, lie, the Hunter Biden lie?
Not that I know of, and this is a scary example of possible state-controlled media that you associate with the old Soviet Union and Germany in the 1930s. This is very scary. If I am an American citizen, not only do we have, a political bias on the part of the mainstream media, but we have the federal government itself trying to reinforce and guide this political bias.
Right. It's a violation of the First Amendment. And every American should be, if there was any government involvement at all in the censorship of this story, it's particularly right ahead of a presidential election. The timing of it was so, and the censorship was so egregious that every American should be concerned about that if the government has its hands in silencing speech.
Democracy dies with censorship. There's no question about that. So this is a great threat to our democratic practices in the United States. It has to be exposed and brought to an end as soon as possible. At least have transparency where they admit that the government goes through this process of trying to shift media attention in order to prevent an unfavored candidate from winning an election.
And, Christian, before we go, the CBS News just published this, not published, but aired this story of, we've confirmed that this is Hunter Biden's laptop. Didn't they? I asked this, why now? Why would they do that now, knowing that they would be a target for ridicule, given the timing of it?
It's bizarre.
Right.
Right. And of course, they also just paused for a couple of hours their involvement in Twitter to see if it was still safe. Why? It's just bizarre what the decisions that are made by these groups why they prioritize what. CBS is one news organization that could actually pivot to the middle to do centrist news. And there's a huge market there because everyone else is so far left. But they are just congenitally unable to do that. They are just unable not to be progressive activists in their reporting.
Christian, are you going to, with Musk running Twitter now, or owning Twitter, are you going to open up another Twitter account?
I've thought about it, but no, I think he could, if he were smart, I think he would take it in a completely different direction, almost try and copy Facebook, compete head to head in that sense, be more than just a place of people insulting each other's mothers. People say in the news business you have to be in it. If there's something important on Twitter, someone will email it to me. I just find it was such a relief, and probably next to quitting smoking, not that I've ever smoked, but as far as improving your health, I think getting off of Twitter is top notch.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Twitter giving me cancer. I'm just saying. And Facebook sucks.
There you go.
Facebook is awful. Facebook, I've seen enough ooey gooey butter cake recipes to last me a lifetime. It is just such a morass of garbage. And at least Twitter, I can kind of focus who I follow, and I find it a great source for local news. I follow all of these smaller newspapers. I use it, and you can insult me, it's fine. There's nothing I haven't heard before.